Acai, acai, and acai once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with Fruit of the Day, the one and only acai berry. Maybe you've never heard of this berry before. Maybe you don't even know how to pronounce it. Maybe you love them. Maybe you hate them. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of the acai berry. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Acai berries are small, deeply purple colored berries that grow on the acai palm tree. And I always thought berries grew on bushes. The acai palm tree is native to Central and South America, especially Brazil, where they grow in parts of the Amazonian rainforest. Guys, take a look at the picture. As you can see, we have a pretty picture of the continent of South America. And I'm just simply highlighting exactly where these acai palm trees are native to. Lastly, acai trees are tall. Mature ones can grow up to 100 feet high. Wow, who knew? So there we have it, guys. A little bit of background information about the one and only acai berry. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. Acai palm trees have sustained traditional Brazilian and Amazonian populations, including the Caboclo tribe, with nutrients and calories for hundreds of years. Now, if any of us are interested in finding out what a native caboclo looks like, well, take a look at the picture. As you can see, their faces are painted and they wear feathers. Nice. In fact, some records show that caboclo people ate enough acai during certain parts of the year to make up more than 40% of the total calories they consume. Now, guys, that's a lot. Supposedly, they were able to hunt and gather food for many hours without becoming hungry, tired, or weak, which may have attributed to all the phytonutrients and fiber they were obtaining. So, guys, let's take some notes from the Caboclo tribe people. If they can eat them, then surely we can eat them. Now, yes, we may not be hunting and gathering our own foods. However, it's enough to know that they did not become hungry, tired, or weak. So, there you have it, guys. A few fun facts about the one and only acai. All right, it's time to dive into the not so fun facts. Acai is safe to consume as long as you're not allergic to the fruit and tend to have sensitivities to other berries. Look for high quality products that are pure to avoid consuming fillers and other ingredients such as high amounts of caffeine. So there you have it, guys. If you are allergic to any type of berry, maybe strawberries, maybe blueberries, maybe blackberries, maybe boysenberries, right? You may be allergic to acai berries as well. But once again, it's up to you as to whether or not you want to attempt to consume them. So there we have it, guys. A few not so fun facts about the one and only acai. All right, more not so fun facts. Can you eat acai berries raw? A lot of us may be wondering. The answer is yes. However, you may have trouble finding them. One of the biggest obstacles with growing, selling, and using these berries is that just like all of the other berries, they are very perishable and fragile when it comes to withstanding high heat. Acai berry is said to start spoiling within just 24 hours after being picked if it's left out and not dried. This makes it hard for suppliers to grow and ship the berries, but also difficult for manufacturers to dry the berries into powder or extract their nutrients to make supplements without damaging the important phytochemicals they contain in the process. So, ladies and gentlemen, unless you actually live in Brazil, unless you actually live in the Amazonian rainforest, then it's probably going to be a little difficult for you to acquire the actual berries themselves. That being said, you may want to look for it in the powder form. But whatever the case may be, ultimately the decision is yours. So there we have it, guys. More not so fun facts about the one and only acai berry. All right, it's time to dive into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, the 520 rule is all about food labels. That's right, guys. It helps us to read and understand food labels. Ultimately, it's a guide. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 520 rule, ultimately we're talking about percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, let's take a look at our picture, which basically is a sample food label. All right. Now, as you can see, our food label is divided into 3 parts. We have a purple portion, a yellow portion, and a light blue portion. So let's go portion by portion by portion. First up, let's discuss the percent daily value column. Now, as you can see, percent DV is represented as a percentage. Now, basically, it's a scale that goes from as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now, there are some rare cases where the percent DV may exceed 100%, but once again, that is rare. Now, let's take a look at the yellow portion. Guys, the yellow portion highlights a few nutrients such as saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Now, unfortunately, these nutrients do a really good job at promoting disease, sickness, and illness within the body temple. So when it comes to their percent DV, you really want to make sure that it is as close to 0% as possible. Lastly, when we talk about the light blue nutrients, such as dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron, which basically represent all vitamins and minerals, well, here's the good news. These nutrients do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote disease, they promote wellness and health within the body temple. So if anything, when it comes to the percent DV, you want to make sure that these percentages are as close to 100% as possible. Now, let's dive just a little deeper into the 520 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, if a food or beverage item offers anywhere from 0% to 9% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if the food or beverage item that you're consuming offers 10% to 19% DV of any particular nutrient, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item that you're consuming offers 20% DV or greater, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about the 520 rule. All right, let's now dive into the nutrition facts. So for today's lecture, we're going to say that a single serving of acai berries is equivalent to only half a cup. Now, before we dive into the nutrition facts, take a look at the picture. As you can see, we have a very tall acai palm tree, and look, it's bearing its berries. All right, let's talk about the nutrition facts. So remember, one serving is half cup. So we're going to get 70 to 80 calories. Good. 5 to 6 grams of fat. Now, here's what you need to know is that this fat is mostly unsaturated fat. So basically, those are the good fats. We're only going to get 2 to 3 grams of sugar. Look at this, 3 to 4 grams of fiber. Nice. And check this out, 1 to 2 grams of protein. And once again, guys, fruit has protein, believe it or not. Now, next up is manganese coming in at a whopping 130% DV. Now, earlier I stated that it is rare that percent DV exceeds 100%, but here's one of those cases. Next up is vitamin A coming in at 15% DV, good source. By the way, to go back to manganese, 130% DV, well, that's an excellent source. Now, let's go down to copper, coming in at only 8% DV, not a good source. Iron, only 4% DV, not a good source. Thiamine, coming in at only 4% DV, not a good source. Calcium, 4% DV, not a good source. And once again, magnesium, coming in at only 4% DV, not a good source. So there we have it, guys, the nutrition facts about the one and only acai berry. All right, it's time to dive into the health benefits. But before we do, I want to let you in on a little secret. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about the principle of cause and effect. Now, some of us may already be familiar with this principle. Why? Because it's one of the 7 Hermetic principles. And basically, it states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. That being said, 23% nation, if you want to be healthy, you got to cause it. And it's the same thing with being sick, ill, and disease. If you want to be diseased, well, guess what? You're going to cause that too. So let's now go into the effects, or we can say the benefits, but then we'll also let you know the causes, or shall we say the phytonutrients that are responsible. First up, here's what we need to know, is that the acai berry is very, very high in antioxidants. So what I want to do now is just list a few of the phytonutrients that are found in the acai berry. Now, please excuse me if I mispronounce any of these terms. So first up are the anthocyanins. Then we have the proanthocyanidins, and then we have protocachoic acid. We then have procyanidins. We have epication, polyphenols, vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. Benefit number 2, it boosts skin health. How nice. And now what is a phytonutrient responsible? Well, antioxidants once again. Now here's what we need to know about antioxidants, is that basically they're chemicals that come from plants, and once they get inside of your body, well, they do amazing things, such as deactivating free radicals. That's right, guys. Number 3, helps with cognitive functioning. Now, some of us may not be familiar with the term cognitive. In other words, it helps your brain to function optimally. So now the question is, which phytonutrients cause this? Well, say hello to cyanidin, delphinidin, malvidin, pelargonidin, peonidin, catechin, ferulic acid, quercetin, resveratrol, synergic acid, and vanillic acid. Number 4, it might help control your appetite and boost weight loss. How nice. So the question is, which phytonutrients are responsible? Well, say hello to the antioxidants once again. Number 5, the 5th benefit is that it stimulates healthy digestion. Well, earlier when we talked about the nutrition facts, we stated that it was a good source of fiber. So there you have it, guys. It is the fiber that stimulates healthy digestion. And our last health benefit is that the acai berry offers protection against heart disease and diabetes. So the question is, which phytonutrients are responsible? Well, say hello to oleic acid, fiber, and phytosterols. So there we have it, guys. The health benefits about the one and only acai berry. All right, it's time to talk about food. Guys, it's time for us to go to our website for everything vegan. Say hello to forksoverknives.com. By the way, check out the movie. It's amazing. So as usual, I went to the website, forksoverknives.com, did a little bit of research, and look at what I found. 2 amazing vegan acai berry recipes that I want to share with you right now. So the first one is acai banana ice cream and oats. Take a look at that picture. Looks delicious. Now our second recipe is called nice cream. Take a look at that picture. So now that your mouth is watering, right? Do yourself a favor. Go to the description box and click on the links. That's right, guys. I am providing you with a direct link to each of these recipes. Now, do me a favor. Make them, taste them, come back to the video, and write a comment. Share your thoughts. Was it easy to make? Was it difficult to make? Did it taste good? Right? We want to know. So there we have it, guys. Not 1, but 2 delicious vegan acai berry recipes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the recipes. Coach D, thanks for the fun facts, the not so fun facts, and the nutrition facts. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more acai berries? Well, guys, if that's your question, then the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day to eat more acai, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day? Oh, yes, good old Nature Day. Guys, Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge. Now, maybe you know nothing of the challenge. Well, here we go. In a nutshell, the 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and by the way, it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Now, here's the thing about the challenge is that it's monthly, meaning it's every month. And it's also only 7 days. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of every single month. Now, here's the thing, is that Nature Day happens to be the first day of the challenge, which basically means Nature Day is the first day of every month. That's right. So whether it's November 1st, December 1st, or October 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right, so let's talk about Nature Day a little more. Why? Because I believe you want to know. Once again, guys, Nature Day is all about eating more plants. Now, I believe in baby steps, right? Because some of us may be dealing with some type of chronic illness, right? Some of us may have heart disease, some of us may be obese, some of us may be diabetic, and some of us may have cancer, some of us may have skin problems such as acne, some of us may have digestive issues such as constipation, or you may be looking to simply eat more plants. You may be thinking about transitioning to a more whole food plant-based lifestyle. Well, if that's you, then this information is specific for you. Guys, how about we try baby steps first? So, why don't you eat only plants before 12 p.m. and then after 12 p.m., well, you can eat whatever you want. You eat whatever you want to eat. Then, how about after 12 p.m., right? So either you can do it before 12 p.m. or after 12 p.m. I'll leave it up to you. Now, maybe you want to take it a little further, and maybe you want to become a 3% vegan. So, what in the world is a 3% vegan? Well, it's anyone, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. Next up is a 10% vegan. Now, a 10% vegan only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Then we have a 17% vegan, right? They do 5 days. 5 days out of an entire month to eat only plant foods and drink only water. And lastly is the ultimate 23% vegan. Now, technically, that's what Coach D considers himself to be. So, what do I eat? It's easy. I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods. That's right. They happen to be fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, legumes, meaning beans and peas, and let's not forget about good old whole grains. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about Nature Day. All right. Now, some of us are probably interested. Some of us are inspired and motivated to eat more plants. Well, that's great. So if that's you, then please listen on. It's time for me to offer Coach D's tips. Why? Because I want your Nature Day to be successful. So tip number 1, go to your local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're going to go to 2 places. Number 1 is going to be the produce section, and number 2 is going to be the freezer aisle. Now, why the produce section? Well, that's where all of your fresh plant foods are located. Why the freezer aisle? Well, because that's where all of your frozen plant foods are located. Now, a lot of people may wonder, what's best, Coach D, fresh or frozen? Well, here we go. If you're the type of person who loves to gobble down their plant foods the moment you get home, well, then I would definitely go for the fresh option. However, if you're the type of person who likes to procrastinate and you take a long time to eat your plant foods, well, then you probably want to go with the frozen options. Now, as far as their nutrition facts are concerned, well, believe it or not, they are pretty much equal. Tip number 2, go to the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. Now, once you're finished with the produce section in the freezer aisle, walk on over to the prepared dishes section. Talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they offer any vegan, not vegetarian options. Now, providing they do, ask for a sample and hopefully you like it. That way you can purchase your food either by the pound or maybe even 2 pounds if you really, really like it. Tip number 3, go visit your local farmer's market. Ladies and gentlemen, this is great for those of us who must eat organic only plant foods. Guys, farmers markets only cater to the organic plant food market. That's right. And here's the great thing is that it's all grown locally. Now, if you don't know where your local farmers market is, just do a quick Google search, right? Type in farmers markets near me, and within less than half of a second, Google will give you your desired results. Tip number 4, it's time for us to support the vegan community. So guys, let's go eat at a vegan restaurant. Now, here's the reason why vegan restaurants are the hottest thing since sliced bread, is that they hire vegan chefs who basically know not only how to cook plant foods, but they also know which plant foods to combine to yield the most delicious, nutritious dishes. Tip number 5. Now, this is especially true for those of us who don't know how to cook plant foods, for those of us who don't have time to cook plant foods, for those of us who don't want to cook plant foods, right? Guys, you can always get a subscription to a vegan meal prep company. Now, here's how they work. They make it, they deliver it, you eat it. It's just that simple. So there we have it, guys. 5 amazing tips to help make your nature day successful. All right. 23% Nation, it's time for our question of the day. Here it is. Acai berries are native to which South American country? Now, I believe I covered that information earlier in our lecture, right? So hopefully you heard it. If you didn't, just simply hit rewind. And please write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. I'm signing out, but before I do, please subscribe, like, and share the video, especially if you love acai berries. And don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's #EatMorePlants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.